Hey guys, it's your girl Keri, and today I'm going to share with you a $5 organization quick fix. And what I wanted to do was organize my napkin rings. Now I have quite a few napkin rings and they are located in different places in my home. I wanted to consolidate them and have them all in one place and the ability to see them all at once. So I have a drawer that's in my buffet filled with napkin rings. I have another drawer that's in the kitchen buffet that's mixed with napkin rings and some other things. And then I also have this trunk here that I used to keep underneath the buffet, and they're just filled with all sorts of napkin rings. So I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can potentially organize your napkin rings for $5 or less. The first way is very inexpensive. You just take a piece of string. Here we just have a Dollar Tree twine, and I've just threaded all of the napkin rings on there, and you just tie it up. You can do this with ribbon, twine, whatever it is that you have, and you can just place this in a drawer. And I've done this for several years for lots of my napkin rings. Here's another set of mother of pearl napkin rings on a twine string. Another option is to use a pool noodle, and you're going to need a noodle, a knife, a pair of scissors, and some fabric. In this case, I just got some white fabric because I think the napkin rings will show up nicely on the white background. And you're going to take your napkin rings. So I'm going to figure out how long to cut the noodle by lining up my napkin rings to determine the length that I need to cut the pool noodle. And then I'm going to cut the noodle. Then obviously the noodle is too big for the napkin ring to fit on it. So I'm going to then cut the noodle in half. So now that I've cut the noodle in half, I'm going to squeeze it and see if I can get it to fit. And this fits perfectly on. I can slide them down. And I thought about doing this with a toilet tissue roll or a paper towel roll, but it would just squish in and it wouldn't last as long. But this here gives you the flexibility to bend, but then it snaps back and fills out the napkin ring. But I don't want a green looking pool noodle in my drawer, so what I'm going to do is cover this with fabric now that I know it fits. Now this pool noodle organization would work really well if you just had a few that could just be lined in a drawer and you can see them all at once. You can just grab, the ones that you need and they're not going to fall off. You just pull them off and they're easy to slide back on. But if you have a ton of napkin rings like I do, they're not all going to fit in one drawer. So this is the option I would suggest if you're trying to organize an entire collection of napkin rings. Now what I would suggest is using these swing arm slack hangers, and the reason is you can stack on a ton of napkin rings and you can see them all at once. Now they come out, they can swing and move about, and you can just snap them back in place, and then you can just hang them up in a closet or wherever it is you choose to store them. And I picked these up several years ago, and these were on clearance for $3.50. They're normally $4.99, and I got them from TJ Maxx. So first I'm going to separate out all of the napkin rings into piles so that I can categorize them and actually store them on the hangers in some sort of orderly fashion. These also came from Pier 1. I haven't had the chance to use these yet. And what did I get these for? They were on clearance for $1.98. Here is my entire collection of napkin rings. I have 23 different sets, and I'm going to quickly share with you those sets, and then I'm going to put them on the hangers. So let's get started. First up are these very casual like burlap balls, and I love this napkin ring. I used these on my Mother's Day tablescape when I did the Queen Bee theme. I got these on clearance from Pier 1. I love this beaded jewel tone napkin ring, and I used this on my Thanksgiving tablescape a few years back. And then I also have the same set, but more in like spring colors, lime greens and oranges. See, those are more like fall jewel tones. This one is more like spring. I haven't used these yet, but now that I pull them out and seen them, I think I'm going to make my spring tablescape based off this napkin ring, and these are the colors I'm probably going to use. And now it just makes it so easy if I put them on that hanger to actually pair up my napkin rings with my flatware. And for those of you who have not seen my flatware organization video and flatware collection, I'll leave that in the link below. I love these napkin rings right here, and I use these on my Father's Day seafood tablescape. Now these right here are some of my absolute favorite napkin rings. These are very manly, and I love these leather buckles. Kind of give me that manly equestrian feel, and I pull these out when I do a tablescape. That's just like an individual tablescape. A tablescape when I do breakfast in bed for my husband. These Succulent napkin rings, I DIY'd these last year for our Father's Day tablescape, and I just love these. And these are Dollar Tree DIYs. These here are just the rattan, very casual but very nice, can be casually elegant napkin rings, and I picked these up from Target this past summer. Love these here. I got these several years ago from the Hobby Lobby clearance. I think they were about a buck a piece after all of the discounts. I just have the classic silver napkin ring, and as you can see, these are a bit tarnished, and I don't clean my silver until I'm ready to actually use it, because I don't want to unnecessarily overshine them and put the chemicals on them to make them shine. But again, when I pull these out, they will be shiny, because I would have to go ahead and remove all the tarnish with my silver cleaner. The same thing here. These are silver that has been tarnished. I would just shine them up when I'm using them. And these are just wishbones. So these are for like the Thanksgiving season. These right here that say family and friends are my Pottery Barn dupes. And I got these from, I think, Home Goods. And I've used these for both Thanksgiving and Easter. As you can see back there, I have a beautiful set. It's multiple sets of bling crystal napkin rings. Now these right here are actual crystal napkin rings. They could potentially break if you drop them, and I believe the maker's name is engraved into the crystal. And I only have 3 of these because one broke. And then I have the square ones here. This is just a really nice acrylic napkin ring. This one is not glass or crystal, but it does have that sparkle and shine. And as you can see, this is a much better quality acrylic napkin ring versus this one. As you can see, this one is a little bit dull, and it's a much cheaper material. This one I actually got from Target on clearance, and it was just 99 cents. I think you can actually see the difference. At one point in time, I was obsessed with dragonflies, and I've had these dragonfly napkin rings for I don't know how many years. I went through my wise old owl phase. I think I had an owl birthday party for my daughter. My husband's graduation party when he got his master's degree was an owl theme party, and I just have these owl napkin rings. I have these beautiful turquoise and coral napkin rings. I think these are perfect for the summertime. I have these fancy little gunmetal pearl napkin rings, and I don't know if I ever shared the tablescape. It was a Mother's Day brunch. How cute are these bird caged napkin rings? They're kind of antique brushed, and these are perfect for the springtime. And I was only able to score 2 of these. They only had 2 in stock, but that doesn't deter me from buying them. I love to mix and match. So what I would do is probably put these at the 2 head table seats, and then I would either fold the napkin in some nice fancy way for the other seats, or combine them with another set of napkin rings to make my table more interesting. You guys know I had to have a set of copper napkin rings, and again, these are just the classic shape, just like my silver ones. Here are some contemporary square wooden napkin rings, and I just think this adds a nice earthy element to your tabletop. Set of galvanized metal napkin rings, and these came from the Target dollar spot a couple of years back. And you guys know I would have to have me some deer antler napkin rings. I am so happy with how everything turned out. So I have 3 of these trouser hangers. This one has all of the silver. This one in the back has all of my natural napkin rings, and the leathers, and the antique brass. And this one over here, I have the overstock of silvers, and then the acrylics and the colorful ones. And once I finish my craft room, I'm having like a custom cabinetry made to house all of the items that I plan on keeping in there. I will share that with you, but I will have a custom closet with a pole, and I can just kind of hang all of my napkin rings up. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'm going to keep calm and carry on. Bye guys.